Praise Satan. I am so excited to be joined by Jaz Sinclair, who of course plays Roz on the chilling adventures of Sabrina. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, and shout out to this dress, girl. Life is being given.
Thank you so much. It's cool colors. I love
it. It's like it's a different kind of rainbow vibe, sunset. I love it. Okay, so I love the show so much. I keep rewatching it. It's one of the few shows where I keep rewatching episodes.
Really?
Yeah, because I love the aesthetics and just the atmosphere as much as I love the plot and the characters. And I love that this season's even darker.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen the whole season?
I've watched a few episodes.
Okay,
I wanted
cool.
to, savor it.
For sure.
Because I will watch it all in one night.
For sure.
But also, girl, Jaz is in a love, I can't even call it triangle. It's like a love square.
It is a love square.
Explain this love geometry to me.
Am I allowed to talk about it? Yeah, it's a love square for sure. Really, I'm just happy that Roz gets some romance.
Yeah, that's true, because last time she was just like all obsessed with the books.
Smart, a little platonic, which is awesome.
Right.
And I feel like it's really cool when you see those characters are like also romantic sexual beings as well.
Right, it's important.
Yeah, so I'm happy that Roz gets some romance, and I think people are really gonna like it.
I really like it.
I really do.
I noticed that fans have been talking about real life romance too.
Yes, they have been talking about that.
Is there something you want to tell us?
Talking about that? No.
We will just let them continue to talk.
Yeah, they can talk. They can talk.
Something I did learn getting ready for this interview that I did not already know about you is that you're also into music.
I am.
How long have you been doing that?
I am. Actually, not very. I mean, I've been singing my whole life, but I kind of, I don't know, just thought I couldn't sing or thought I wasn't musically talented and that, like, you just have to be born with it and then that's it. And then, like, a few years ago, I just started singing all the time and was like, oh, I love this.
I love it.
And have kind of been developing my voice, and I play a little ukulele and a little piano, and I write. And yeah, so it's a pretty new thing for me, but it's definitely a thing that I really love and will eventually share with the world, hopefully.
Yeah, because I think there are things that we all do kind of on our own that just bring us joy, kind of privately singing in the shower or writing. But, few people are able to kind of push through and commit to it more. How are you doing that for yourself?
Well, really, right now, it's making myself uncomfortable because, like, I have stuff. I have songs, and I haven't really shared them a lot. And then I just did a show in Phoenix, and so I'm starting to kind of push outside of that and just make myself a little uncomfortable and a little bold.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a love thing. So I'm always singing. I'm always making something and recording a voice memo. So it's just a matter of like putting it all together and sharing it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Sabrina and Riverdale are kind of sister shows. That's how I think of them, sister wives. And Riverdale always has like the musical episode.
Totally.
And I've wondered, is there going to be like a musical element of Sabrina at some point?
Well, there is a musical element for sure. I think Roberto's just a fan of music and musicals in general, so there's always going to be some of that in his projects, I think.
Yeah.
And we have a musical number in the finale.
Oh,
we do, and it's going to be really cool.
It's going
to be really cool. I'm excited for people to see it, but there's always a little singing here and there.
I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
One of the things I loved about the first season was the way queerness and just LGBT visibility was woven in so naturally to the show, especially with Susie. And I know that develops more this season. It's and to me it was immediately apparent. I was like, maybe this character is queer, maybe non-binary, trans, figuring something out. And I loved seeing your character Roz be such a good friend to her. What was it like, kind of performing that friendship? What were the things you two were thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of mirrored each other because for me as Jaz. With Lachlan, it's like, I'm only going to listen to what Lachlan has to tell me about their experience because I don't know what it's like. And with Roz, it's kind of a similar thing. So I really, Lachlan really took the reins on that one and was really, really thorough and really specific and really put a lot of heart in it. And so it was kind of easy for me to just step back and be like, yep, I support you in the character and out of it,
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then something else, Roz gives us so much.
Yeah.
I grew up in Texas.
I did too.
Really? Wait,
Dallas.
Oh my God, I grew up in Louisville.
Really?
Shut up.
Oh, are we neighbors? We're neighbors.
Maybe.
What's up?
Oh my God, incredible. Well, you know, with the book plot and your characters fighting for the Toni Morrison book, when I was in high school, not a single book by a Black author was taught. Does this happen to you as well?
My high school was so nitpicky about information. They would just cut out chunks, especially Texas. Though.
Absolutely.
Just like cut out chunks of history and just act like
not talk about
things didn't happen. Like we didn't really talk about Native Americans. We really didn't talk about internment camps. Like it was just like we're heroes.
Right. So were you kind of drawing from that experience? Because I mean, you fighting for
honestly,
Beloved.
I was like, we should have read books like this at my school, and we just didn't.
Right.
We read some good books for sure, but. All in the name of Texas staying looking good,
right?
You know,
yeah.
But yeah, I really loved that plot point, and it was really fun to get really fiery about that, and like, yeah.
So good. And it feels like it connects to the bigger idea of the entire show, which to me is women coming to terms with their rage, you know, and their revolution.
I like that.
Wanting to,
I like
to
that.
push back, you know,
Totally.
even within, you know, praise Satan.
For sure, for sure. Because I think that's such an important thing because as women, just like men are told not to cry, women are told that we're not allowed to be angry. But you're a human and you get angry. And it's so important to start to develop a healthy relationship with that. And part of that is just expressing it. And if you're a badass witch, that's going to look how it's going to look. But I do think it's a good message to be like, it's okay to be angry.
Yeah, absolutely. What's it like on set? Like, do you, because your character is starting to come into her powers, were you like eager to kind of get to flex that muscle a little bit more? Yeah.
Heck yes. You saw what I was about to say. I was like,
right, you can. You are
really?
allowed. Oh, yes.
Well, I wanted to say fuck yes.
See? You're rewarded here.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's so fun. Yeah, pretty much day one when I got on set, I was like, does Roz get a superpower? Am I going to be psychic? So when I got the cunning, I was like, yes. So and it develops more in the second part. It gets more exciting and more in depth, and there's all kinds of stuff. There's kind of no limits to the cunning, which is a really cool story piece,
That's really cool.
and they get to use me a lot more in that, in the magic world because of that. So it's exciting.
It's cool. And it was also, you know, like, I feel like often I love sci-fi and shows with magic and fantasy. And often when there are shows about witches, they leave out the black magic tradition. They leave out, you know, what came from West Africa or from the Caribbean.
Think about it. Wizard, if you call somebody a wizard, it's a good thing. It's a compliment because it's a male magic person. If you call somebody a witch, it's always been an insult. So they're probably trying to leave out the darkness because they're scared of like crossing over into that territory. Whereas our show is like, call me a witch.
Yeah, because that's the least of the issues we have to work through.
I would be so lucky, you know? Yeah.
You know, and speaking of clairvoyance, I've been told that you kind of have a good instinct for it as well.
How have you been told that? Where did you find this out? It's like something I tell my friends. I'm like, y'all, you won't believe what just happened.
Same.
Yeah, because sometimes you just know things. Sometimes you just know, and you don't know how you know, and you just do.
Totally,
and
you have that like deja vu feeling for something that actually hasn't happened.
I'm just like, I don't know why, but I'm 100% sure of this.
I love it.
It just happens sometimes.
Has being immersed in the world of the show made you more open to just thinking about, you know, magic and fantasy?
I've always loved it, though. That's not a new thing for me. That's part of the reason I did the show. Was because I love magic and the idea of magic and like Harry Potter and all of that. I've always been really into that. So, and always been really open to that, too.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Well, so before you go, yesterday we had a bunch of your castmates here. I was so jealous because I wanted to get to sit down and hang out with them. But now I get to sing out and chill.
I know,
with
this
you,
is so
fun. But we asked them if they were Team Harvey or Team Nick because, you know, that love square thing that's happening. So we're going to ask you two. Here's your paddle.
Okay.
Are you team?
Is this love square or is this love triangle questions?
This is in real life. Are you more Team Harvey or Team Nick? And then you'll have to explain your thinking.
Damn.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just me, you, and Twitter.
It's just me, you, and the world. This is hard because I love them both as people so much. So I'm like, who do I pick? Maybe Team Nick.
Team Nick. Okay, speak
because
on
I
it.
really like how he supports how powerful she is. I think that's really badass.
Good reason. That's a good reason. We only care about men who are of use.
Yeah. Harvey's so sweet.
Harvey is very sweet.
And so loyal and true and just good.
I see.
It's hard.
I prefer Team Nick.
It's hard.
Okay, I get it.
Hard.
They're both cute.
And I love them as people. Gavin and Ross are like two of my favorite humans.
They were adorable.
I know. It's gross. They're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they were telling me that people are always asking them in interviews if they're dating.
They're adorable.
And they're like, we kind of want to say yeah.
We should. Well, Jazz, thank you so much. It was so fun just getting to hang out with you. This is I feel like, are we doing a show? We're just hanging,
we're just hanging. Honestly, I really feel that way.
Just chilling.
This is cool.
Well, friends, part 2 of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comes out on Netflix tomorrow. I'm so excited to cancel all of my plans and just watch it.